Have you ever felt like you were the only one standing for what you believe in, with everyone else against you? Today, we're diving into one of the most epic showdowns in history. A story of courage, faith, and a little bit of divine fire. It's the tale of Elijah versus the prophets of Baal. Our story is set in ancient Israel, a nation facing a serious crisis of faith. The king, Ahab, and his queen, Jezebel, had turned the people away from their God to worship a false deity named Baal. Baal was the god of rain and fertility, and his followers believed he controlled the harvest and their prosperity. But for 3 long years, not a single drop of rain had fallen on the land. A severe drought and famine gripped the nation, a direct consequence. Elijah said of their turning away from the true God. Elijah was a prophet, a man who spoke on God's behalf. While everyone else was bowing to Baal, Elijah stood firm. He was practically a wanted man, public enemy number 1 in the eyes of the monarchy. Imagine the courage it took to challenge not just a few people, but an entire nation led by a powerful and hostile king and queen. Finally, the time came for a confrontation. Elijah boldly went to King Ahab and proposed a challenge, ultimate test to prove who the real God was. The stage was set on Mount Carmel. On one side, you had Elijah, standing all alone. On the other side, 450 prophets of Baal, plus another 400 prophets of the goddess Asherah, all backed by the king and queen. The odds were, to put it mildly, not in Elijah's favor. Elijah addressed the crowd that had gathered to watch. He posed a simple but profound question. How long will you waver between 2 opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him. The people were silent. They were caught, unsure of what to believe, so the contest began. 2 bulls were prepared for sacrifice. The prophets of Baal would take one, and Elijah would take the other. They would lay the wood, prepare the sacrifice. But here's the catch. No one was allowed to light the fire. The deal was, the God who answers by fire, he is God. The prophets of Baal went first. From morning until noon, they cried out, "Baal, answer us." They danced, they shouted, they leaped around their altar. But there was no response. Nothing. Just silence. As the day wore on, Elijah started to have a little fun with them. He mocked them, saying, "Shout louder." Perhaps he is deep in thought, or busy, or traveling. Maybe he is sleeping and must be awakened. Goaded by his taunts, they became even more frantic. They started shouting louder and even began to cut themselves with swords and spears, a desperate ritual to get their God's attention. But still, nothing happened. The sun began to set and their time was up. Then, it was Elijah's turn. He calmly repaired the Lord's altar, which had been torn down. He dug a trench around it. Then he did something that must have looked completely insane to the drought-stricken crowd. He had people pour 4 large jars of water over the sacrifice and the wood. Not once, not twice, but 3 times, until the water filled the altar and even overflowed into the trench. Everything was completely soaked. There was no way a natural fire could start. With everything drenched, Elijah stepped forward and prayed a simple, powerful prayer. He asked God to show the people that he was the one true God, so their hearts would turn back to him. And then it happened. Instantly, fire from heaven fell. It didn't just consume the sacrifice. It burned up the wood, the stones of the altar, the soil, and even licked up all the water in the trench. Everything was gone in a blaze of divine power. When all the people saw this, they fell on their faces and cried out, "The Lord, he is God! The Lord, he is God!" In that one incredible moment, the debate was settled. The people's faith was restored, and soon after, the rains returned, ending the long drought. Elijah's story is a powerful reminder that sometimes, standing for your convictions means standing alone against overwhelming opposition. It's a testament to the power of faith and the courage to challenge the status quo. What do you think is the biggest lesson from this story? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, Make sure to like and subscribe for more incredible stories. See you next time.